Good morning, viewers. Today I am present before you with The Shield of Achilles by W.H. Auden. Before I begin the podcast, it is advisable that you keep a notebook and a pen so that you can jot down the important points relating to this particular poem. It is further advisable that you use earplugs while listening to the podcast. So here I begin. The Shield of Achilles is the title poem in the volume of poems entitled The Shield of Achilles, published in the year 1955. Thus, it is a very late poem in the career of W.H. Auden. The lyric is divided into 3 parts, and each part consists of 3 stanzas. Thus, there are 9 stanzas in all. In the first 2 parts, first stanza is in short lines, incantatory and sing-song with frequent Homeric echoes. The next 2 stanzas are in longer lines, invariably iambic pentameter. In the third part, there is a slight difference. There is only 1 stanza. The second stanza in iambic pentameter, the third stanza with which the lyric closes, again being incantatory and sing-song with Homeric echoes. In this lyric, Auden has used the mythical technique popularized by T.S. Eliot to make his comment on the modern condition. The mythical method consists in juxtaposing the past and the present, with the past serving as a comment on the present. The past is contrasted with the present, the similarities between the two are stressed, and in this way some particular experience or situation is universalized. The decadence and dissolution of the contemporary world is brought out. According to Monroe K. Spears in the poem, I quote, "The shield symbolizes art, image of the human condition." Auden's version, however, is mock heroic, contrasting the Homeric description to the life the modern artist must represent. Unquote. In the Shield of Art, Hephaestus, the artist, shows Thetis, the audience, not the classical city, but the plane of modern life on which multitudes are ordered about by totalitarian rulers, a faceless voice reciting statistics through a loudspeaker. Instead of the ritual pieties, we have barbed wire enclosing an arbitrary spot where there is a travesty of the crucifixion being performed by bureaucrats, while ordinary decent folk watch, in which helpless individuals are shamefully deprived of human dignity before death. Thetis, the mother of Achilles, in Greek mythology, looks at the shield hung over the shoulders of her son. The shield of Achilles was made by Hephaestus, the blacksmith of the gods, and on it the artist had carved beautiful scenes depicting orchards, well-governed cities with marble statues, and calm seas with beautiful ships sailing on them. But quite different scenes are carved by the artist on a modern shield. There are scenes depicting the artificial and desolate life of the contemporary wasteland. It depicts a vast plain, desolate, bleak and barren, without anything to eat or a place for rest and shelter. This is the modern wasteland, full of crowds who, like dumb-driven cattle, are unable to think for themselves and mechanically carry out the dictates of their leaders and rulers. They are men, all hollow within. Their rulers have no personal contacts with them. They speak to them in an impersonal voice over the radio, proved by statistics that their cause is just, and so persuade them to go to the war in which they are sure to be killed. It is a terrible indictment of dictators of today in their wooing poses. The beautiful world of the past has been juxtaposed with the desolate and bleak modern age, and in this way its hollowness has been commented upon. In the second part, it is the religious decay and desolation in the modern age that is commented upon. On the Homeric shield, as on the Grecian urn of John Keats, were carved scenes of religious rituals showing cows decorated with flowers and wine and food being served in celebration of some ceremony, but on the modern shield are carved big concentration camps where pale prisoners of war are tied to the stake and brutally shot dead. In the past also there was much cruelty. Christ was crucified, but the crucifixion was necessary for the regeneration and redemption of mankind. It was martyrdom, but the mass killings in the modern age carry no such significance. They are merely a measure of the spiritual degenerations of the contemporary wastelanders, who, helpless and spiritless, allow themselves to be treated and massacred like dumb driven cattle. In the third part, we are told that on the Homeric shield were carved pictures of athletes busy in their games and men and women dancing rhythmically and sweetly. On the modern shield, on the other hand, there are no dancing floors or playgrounds but only weed choked fields. There are no sportsmen but only rugged urchin callously throwing stones at birds or girls being raped or boys quarreling among themselves and knifing each other. Life is brutal and beastly, entirely lacking in the sympathy, love, and friendship which has characterized life in the past. War and violence has always been there, but violence in the past was not so less or brutal as it is today. In the past, there were heroic warriors like Achilles fighting for their religion, for their country, or for their beloveds. Today, there are only rugged urchins and senseless violence. The contemporary scene terrifies Thetis, and the lyric ends as she goes away, crying in dismay. Thus, by using the mythical technique, Auden has telescoped whole ages of history within the compass of small lyric and commented upon the spiritual decay and desolation in the modern age. In the words of Justin Rackpole, I quote, "In the shield of Achilles, Auden tries something very rare for him, simplicity. The poet remains everywhere sober but avoids both high elevation and the low conversational sobriety of meditative verse. He still declaims, but now with the dignity of simplicity." Unquote. Auden expresses emotion directly with simplicity and honesty. So this is all about the poem The Shield of Achilles. I hope the video proves to be of help to each one of you. Please mention your observations and questions in the comment section below, and please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your valuable time. Here's wishing everyone a great day ahead. Thank you.